guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my beauty empties and declutters for the month of May. There isn't a ton of stuff here, but I am kind of happy about that because that means that I don't have to be sitting up here for too long. It's actually absolutely beautiful outside. It's 29 degrees Celsius, so that means that it's pretty hot in our bedroom because we are on the second story of our apartment and I don't have a window open and I don't have a fan on to try to eliminate as much background noise as I can because I know that my sound quality is already not very good, but I'm happy that there isn't a ton of stuff here so I can whip through this a little bit quickly. So I want to talk about the declutters first because actually the first item that I want to talk about I am wearing on my face today, and it is this beautiful red lipstick. I love this product so much, or I used to love this product so much, but I've now worn it both yesterday and today and it's just not performing like it used to. It is the Wet n Wild matte liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade How Fleek Is Your Love, which not into that name whatsoever. I feel ridiculous saying that, but I do love this product regardless of the name. This is just the most beautiful true red liquid lipstick. It used to have a very comfortable formula, super easy application, and it would wear phenomenally, but as of late, or at least the last two times that I've worn it, I've noticed that the formula has totally changed. The product is much more thick than it used to be, so it feels very heavy on the lips. And because it's thick, I find that the application is really uneven. The doe foot applicator just doesn't seem to glide onto the lips as nicely as it used to. And yesterday I wore it for like 8 or 9 hours, and it got super crumbly, which yes, that happens over time. But it never used to happen with this lipstick. It got really crumbly, it felt really just like uneven, and I tried to fix it by trying to reapply and it just built up on itself horrendously. It wasn't good, and I really have been putting this to the test because I wanted to put it in a project pan. As much as it's scary to pan a red lipstick, I felt like I totally could with this one because I already have a lot of visibility through this. I have worn this so many times since I picked it up like almost 2 years ago. On the opposite end of the spectrum, this is like a collection of items, but I'm just lumping them as one. These are all by Lipsense, and I think I wore each of the liquid lipsticks once. There is the shade Dark Pink and Purple Rain, and then there's like a top coat lip gloss and a remover. I've never really worn these. I have no interest in wearing them. They have just been sitting in my collection for, again, probably like a year and a half. Worn each of them once and I just never ever reached for them. I'm just not interested in sharing these. I'm not interested in doing anything with these. So yeah, I'm just gonna declutter those, get them out of my life. Another item that I'm decluttering, you guys saw in my Rolling Project 10 pan finale. It is the Makeup Forever Single Shadow in the shade M600, and I did get a lot of use out of this over the past like year and a bit of project panning, so it's just time to say goodbye to it. I held on to it for a long time because Patrick actually gifted this to me about 4 years ago, and I didn't want to let it go, but it's not cruelty-free, and I have made like that transition to only purchasing cruelty-free products, and I actually don't even really enjoy the process of using it anymore because I know that it's not a cruelty-free brand. I know it's something that I want to get out of my collection, so I just never really reached for it anyway, so it's just time to get rid of it. And one last beauty declutter, I'm just going to talk about this super quickly. It's the Burts Bees Flavor Crystals Lip Balm. This is nothing interesting to me whatsoever. It just does nothing for me. It has almost a gritty kind of texture in the actual tube of the lip balm, and it just sits on top of my lips and feels quite heavy. It doesn't feel nourishing in any way or at all, and then it actually smells kind of just like orange medicine, like doesn't really smell like candy or juice or something. It smells a little bit medicinal, and just nothing about this is interesting to me. As you guys know, I am loving the Kapari lip glossy so much, so nothing just compares to that whatsoever. This next item kind of blurs the line of empty and declutter. It is a beauty blender, and I used this for about 4 months, so it's definitely time for it to go. I used this absolutely every single day for 4 months, so yeah, definitely time to say goodbye to it. And I actually have the EcoTools green sponges. I have like the duo, and I'm loving the larger sponge. I'm loving that so much, so I don't foresee myself having to get this, like a repurchase of this soon, but I always go back to beauty blenders. They just are so good. So eventually I would repurchase, but not in the immediate future. So the first makeup empty is the only thing that isn't from a project pan actually, which goes to show that project panning has really helped me reduce my collection, or like to eliminate things from my collection. So this is the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder in the shade translucent. I can never say that word. And this was just a mini that came in a 500 point perk set from Sephora. I actually really did enjoy this. I would consider repurchasing it for sure in the future, but for the time being I do have 2 of the Too Faced peach setting powder, so I have no need for a loose setting powder that I would use to bake in the immediate future, but this is something I would definitely keep in mind for a future purchase. And then on the same kind of vein, I have the Anastasia Vanilla shade from the contour kit. I used this up in another project pan and I loved this. I really did enjoy this. I found that it was really nice at brightening. I would just wear it basically in the hollow, like in the deepest part of my under eyes to really brighten after baking. And then I would use it to set my under eyes. No, to set my eyeshadow primer. And then I would also use it to even just like clean up the edges of eyeshadow, or to like brighten around my nose or like around my mouth. So it was a really good multi-purpose product. However, I'm not going to be purchasing it anytime soon. I don't know if I would repurchase anything that belongs in the Anastasia contour kit. I haven't decided, but because I finished this and then the next product that I want to talk to you guys about, I really think I want to purchase the Wet n Wild like duo that has the highlighting powder and the contour powder, because I actually finished up the Sephora Colorful Contour in the shade Los Cabos, which was in a project pan last year and in a project pan this year, and it's finally done. And so yeah, I think I want to buy like that Wet n Wild duo that has like these 2 kind of shades in it. If you guys have that, let me know, and like what shade of those duos do you think would be better suited to me. But yeah, finally done with this guy. Not a lot to say. I'm so happy to get another non-cruelty free product out of my collection. From that same project pan, there's 2 lip products that I finished up as well, both by NYX. One is the Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee, and the other is the Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Stockholm. I really liked both of these products. I'm not going to be repurchasing either of these products though, because they take a long ass time to finish up, and I got a lot of lip products in my life. So I have no need to purchase anything like either of these, but it's not to say that I won't purchase alternatives anyway, because I love lip products so much, guys. But I've been really good. I've only purchased like a handful of lipsticks this whole year, and I used to buy like a couple lipsticks a week. I swear. I used to be so bad about lipstick. But yeah, I'm not going to be repurchasing either of these items. However, I did really like both of them. Actually, this one's from that same project as well. It was the NYX Eyebrow Powder Pencil, and as you guys know, I didn't totally finish this up. As you can see, there's still a little bit of pencil here, but the actual product inside the pencil just jumped out. So I can hear somebody's driving by with really loud music. Anyways, there is the wood portion of this pencil left, but there is no actual pencil inside of it because, as you guys know, I was sharpening this over my garbage bin and the pencil just boop, jumped right out of its casing. So there's nothing in here, so it is done. The last makeup item that I have is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This one is in the shade Light Ivory, and not a favorite of mine. It was a decent product. I did take out the stopper. I had this in my Project Pan Roulette, so you guys know I didn't love using it, but I made it work. I used it as more so of a color corrector underneath of other concealers because the shade is just not quite right for me. But I did enjoy getting use out of this and getting it finished up, it made me really realize that I didn't like it as much as I originally thought that I liked it. Since I purchased this, I purchased the Colourpop No Filter and I purchased Tarte Shape Tape, and I prefer both of those so much over this. I think that when I first purchased this, I didn't have any alternatives that I had in my current collection that I enjoyed more, so I did really like this at first, but I've now added things that I like more into my collection, if that makes any sense. So I don't think I'll repurchase this ever again because I know that there are better things out in the market. That's what I'm trying to say. So now I'm just gonna hop into general like body and skincare. The first item you guys have just seen about 1,000 times, just with different flavors. It's the Jason toothpaste. This one is the Sea Fresh one. This is the one that I'm using lately. I have repurchased it. I think we're pretty damn close to finishing up the tube that we have in the bathroom now. I really like this stuff. I find that it's a really good alternative to other non-cruelty free chemical toothpaste. So yes, definitely would repurchase. This is the Boscia Matcha Magic Super Antioxidant Mask. This is a sample size and I got 2 uses out of this little sample packet, and unfortunately this brand is not cruelty free because I really did enjoy this. It helped really purge my skin without it making like intense breakouts. Like it actually just pulled everything to the surface and cleared my skin really quickly. I really enjoyed this so much. Both times I used it, I just felt like my skin was looking so good afterwards, and I don't find that my skin reacts to masks like that well. Unfortunately, Boscia is not cruelty free, so I'm not going to purchase the full size of this, but I did enjoy it actually, and I'm happy that I got a chance to try it and that it really did help out my skin. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to put my money towards something like that, which is unfortunate. That even has to be something that we consider. But then this next item also is not cruelty free. I don't believe it is, at least. This is by Bioderma. It is the Creme High Protection Sunburn Protection Photoderm SPF 50 Plus Sunscreen. This is, I believe it's for face. Honestly, it never said anywhere on the packaging whether it was for face or body, but I use this on my face, and I would use this in place of moisturizer. I would just tone my skin and then I would put this on because it was quite a greasy feeling, so I didn't want to put moisturizer on and this and my skin just be super oil slick. I didn't love this by any means. I just used it up because I had it. I've had this in my collection for a couple years now, and the expiry is this November, so I wanted to get it out as soon as possible. I am actually looking for a good face and neck sunscreen that is cruelty free, and ideally it would be natural ingredients as well. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, please let me know. Keep in mind that I do have oily skin that is severely acne prone, and I always have active acne. So that's something that I have to consider when it comes to sunscreens. I have only a couple more items, and this one is actually like an empty, dry declutter. This is the Pacifica Underarm Deodorant Wipes, and I'm really upset that I let these dry up. There's probably like half of the wipes left in this package. I love the smell of these so much, and I purchased them last summer for when I went on my trip to BC. I just thought it would be really nice to have like in the car as just like a quick touch up, or like if we went to the beach or something like that while we were on the trip. And then I used them only a couple more times, and then it got so cold here and I had no real use for something like this. Like, I guess I could have brought them to work and just used them from time to time, but I didn't, and unfortunately I let it dry up, and as soon as the weather got warm outside this year, I reached for these and they were all dry, which is so sad. So I think I'm gonna actually pick up another packet of these and just like leave them in my car for when I want to like freshen up after work or on my way to work, or if I'm out and about and I just really need to freshen up, I'll just leave them in my car and hopefully I can get through the pack through the summer. The problem was I just bought them at the end of the summer last year, like in August, and if I purchase them now, ideally I will be able to finish them up. I didn't find that they like were the most long-lasting deodorant, but I really like that like wet, cool, refreshing deodorant midday, especially on those sweaty, hot, gross summer days like today. Actually, I found that they were really nice just to have something refreshing, and they had this like just really nice sweet coconut smell. So I did really enjoy them and I wish that I had finished them. It makes me very sad. I didn't get my money's worth on that, to be honest. And then I have an item that I actually didn't enjoy at all. This is the Desert Essence Daily Essential Moisturizer with jojoba and aloe vera. It is absolutely, totally used up. I used this like maybe for a week on my face and I hated it. I don't even remember what I hated about it because I actually have had this for like over a year at this point. I just remember that it really broke me out. Like I got a really bad breakout and Patrick used this and it broke him out too, and he doesn't ever break out. So there's something in here that like caused both of us to have like a reaction. But I didn't find that it didn't sit well on my face. Like it felt very slick, but then I ended up just using up the tub. After putting it away for like 3 or 4 months, I ended up just using it as like a hand cream as I was going to bed, and I didn't find it nourishing on my hands at all. And the very last item that I have here is the Body Shop Pink Grapefruit Shower Gel. This was really nice. I love the fragrance on this. It's just very clean, fresh, invigorating. Like it's very energizing, the fragrance of grapefruit in my opinion. And I know that's not everyone's favorite actually. I know a lot of people don't like citrus scents, but they are my absolute favorite scents, that and coconut. But I won't repurchase this anytime soon. I actually repurchased the Jason body wash. I bought the coconut one. I get that one at Winners and it's like 12 bucks, or not even. Actually at Winners it's like $9. It's $12 at the grocery store. And I buy that one because it's super economical, but I love the pump as well. The fact that it's like in a pump tub and you don't have to pick up anything in the shower, which just sounds so lazy. But I don't know, I really like that one. So I did repurchase that one. That's what I always end up buying. I actually just had this as a gift from my aunt for Christmas. That is absolutely everything for this empties and declutter video. I really enjoyed sitting down and just like getting a chance to film and just chat, and I feel like I haven't had that for a long time. So it felt really nice to just sit down, and I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my empties and hearing my general thoughts on these products. Let me know what products that you've recently finished, and yeah, we'll chat in the next one. Bye guys.